Hello everyone. So in this lecture, we will study the concept of string concatenation. So let's move to the lecture. Now here we are trying to add more than one strings together. So now let's say we have different examples to explain this thing. So let's say I have 5 and 6. So both 5 and 6 are integer, and when we add it, we are going to get 11. But if I keep this 5 in single quotes, it becomes a string. Now the data type of this is string. Similarly, 6 is a string. So when we concatenate two strings with the help of this plus operation, they will be concatenated and the result will not be summation of them, because now 5 and 6 are characters. Similarly, I have one string Python, another string programming. When I concatenate both of them, the result will be Python programming, and there will be no space in this case. But if I leave some space here and I then again concatenate Python and programming, then there will be one space and both the strings will be concatenated. Then we have another example where I am concatenating this string, and 99 here is not a numeral, it is a character. And again, I am keeping some space here so that that space can be shown here. And before marks also there is space. So when we concatenate all these strings, then the result is I scored 99 marks. So there can be two strings or more than two strings for concatenation. Now let's move to the implementation part, and for implementing it, I prefer Jupyter. You can prefer any other editor that you like. So now let's start. So let's take the example that we have taken in the presentation also. So if I add 5 and 6, the result will be 11. But what if I say 5 plus again 6 in quotes, then the result is 56. Basically, 5 and 6, not 56, 5 and 6 in quotes. So it is a string, right? And if I want to check the type of this is basically a string. That is why this is a string as well as this is a string. So both the strings can be concatenated together in this way. Now let's have a variable s1 where I'm storing Python, and another variable in which I'm storing programming. Now let's s1 plus s2. The result is Python programming. Then if I put some space here, let's say I redefine this and I give some space here. Then if I write s1 plus s2, then the result is Python programming, two concatenation of these two strings with some space here. So in this way, we can add more than two strings. And one more way of concatenating these two strings, s1 and s2, is along with this, I can do s1 plus, then in quotes, I am keeping some space here, then plus s2. So it is basically s1 is Python, then we have a space between the two strings, and then we have s2, that is programming. And when we combine it, again, we are going to get the same result, right? Now coming to the another example, let's say I have a variable x in which I have stored number of states, a string naming as number of states in India, right? And if I enter x, it will be like this. And what is the type of x? Obviously, it will be string only. You can see that, right? Now we have another variable y in which I am storing 29. So if I try to concatenate x and y together, it is going to give me error. Why? Because x is string, but what about y? Now see, what is the type of y? Type of y is integer. So we cannot concatenate a string with integer. So for that, first of all, what I need to do is I need to convert this integer to string. So I will convert y, which is integer, to string, and I store this in variable z. And then I see the value of z. It is in quotes. So it represents that it is a character, and we can also verify by writing like this. It shows that it is a string. Now if I write x, which holds this string, with z, then x plus z will give us number of states in India is 29. Another way of writing it is, here itself we could have done it. Simply x plus, we can write 29 in quotes, and then again we are going to get the same result. So this is how we can concatenate two strings and more than two strings. In the next session, we will be learning about indexing and slicing of strings. That's all for today. Thank you so much.